Hello, hockey fans, and welcome back to the most watched show in junior hockey. The Dan K Show, we don't rest. We have a tendency to sleep a little less than we probably should, but it's always in the effort of finding the juicy scoops, trying to dig out the good stories, and really providing as much information as we can for folks in the collegiate, junior, and youth hockey world. And a man who sleeps even less than I, a man who gets even more information than I, and a man who, well, if he had to strap on a pair of skates and be competitive, the youth hockey division is probably where he'd start as a 30-year-old man. It's Dan K. Dan, welcome into the interview.
Talk about the juicy scoops. We're not going to be doing any dry scoops today with our guests. I'll tell you that much. I'll wind up coughing all over the screen. But we've got a product here today and a company here today and a group here today that, Lucas, we always talk about it. When we work as the Dan K Show, what we do, what we attempt to do is help parents and their families navigate the world of junior hockey, the collegiate realm, the admissions process from start to finish, from cradle to college, right? That's our goal. We want the first day you step on the ice, your first day on skates, and your final day of college to all be covered by the most watched show in junior hockey. And we want to help you navigate that correctly. So what we look at when we look at products, when we look at opportunities to sponsor or have sponsors, we look at who cares. And we found a group here in GMU Sport, new to the marketplace, that I think care in all caps is the biggest word I think about. They care about your health, about your future, and they've got some close ties to the game of hockey here, Lucas. And it's something that I'm excited to talk through today. Jeff and Craig from GMU Sport, welcome in. How are we doing, gentlemen?
Good. Thanks, Dan. Lucas, it's great to be here today.
Craig, how are we doing other than being absolutely ripped right now?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having us on, Dan and Lucas. Appreciate it.
And now Lucas and I,
but I promise I'm going to be off at the gym here later on today. I'll be powered by some GMU Sport products to keep me going.
I love
my regular day.
Lucas and I look at it. We talk to the folks home. We always make a joke when we're on the broadcast that if we were ever in an ESPN the magazine, it would be ESPN the magazine Our Body Issues and not The Body Issue. That's where we'd end up. So these guys, folks, when I talk about folks who lead by example, this is what Craig and Jeff are doing with their product, with their company. They utilize GMU Sport. And let's dig in real quick. Let me give you the layman's idea before they really dig in deep for you folks at home. The USPHL has teamed up with GMU Sport. It's official provider of your supplements, of your off-ice training. That is what they are. And they're going to be helping you with products like their protein powder, their BCAA, EAAs, which is hard for me to say right there on the spot, but this is your super Pedialyte, your super Powerade, your super drive you through the day. And you got the Jack Juice. When you're talking about pre-workout, nobody does it better. I have been using this product to start my weight loss journey and my health journey. But GMU Sport is working with the USPHL to provide all of our players, all of our organizations from top to bottom, an absolutely incredible offer, an incredible deal, and the opportunity of a lifetime for really allowing your athlete to get in shape and to do it affordably. And Jeff, that's where we bring you in right now. We met, this has been a year in the making, right? Leading up to nationals, getting ourselves to this point, working through it. For you and I, this has been a no-brainer since day one. And selling the hockey world on it, you look at this product, you look at this brand, introduce the folks to GMU Sport from your side of things.
Sure. So hello, everyone. Like Dan said, we've been working on this for a while. GMU Sport, when we came up with the idea of launching the supplement brand in North America, one of the things that we thought about was youth athletes and collegiate athletes. And a lot of that is because my oldest son, was going through all of that, playing the junior hockeys, the AAA, the USPHL, going on to college. And when we're running through all of this, finding products that fit what you need is really difficult. There's a lot of learning, a lot of testing, figuring out what's in it, what's good, what's not. Will the NCAA allow it? Just so many questions. And that was one of the things we really wanted to hit with this brand was take the questions out. make it easy for the families, make it easy for the players. You know, we go through and we wanted to make sure we were third-party tested, dope tested, to make sure that if they're using it, they know, hey, I'm not gonna have any issues, you know, when I go to a college scout and talk with them, or, you know, get my blood work done or anything like that. I don't have to worry about illegal substances in our products. We wanted to make them clean. We wanted to make them healthy, and really just be able to drive the kids' performance up.
Yeah, and you look at it right now, folks, you can find it on any Dan K Show page, any USPHL page, at USPHL, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, at _Dan K Show, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can also go to USPHL.com as well. Click the banner at the top of your screen. You look and you can find the deal of a lifetime when you talk about your off-season prep. We always say our off-season model with the Dan K Show, it's hashtag outwork everyone. Well, how do we do that? We go to GMU Sport right now, and you'll see what normally prices up at $167 is making its way to you for $112.55. You're talking protein powder, pre-workout, and your EAA, BCA flavors. Protein, peanut butter cup, double chocolate, or vanilla ice cream. I'm not going to lie. I fall in love with the vanilla ice cream. I thought I was a peanut butter cup guy through and through. The pre-workout, I'm a blue raz guy. You got fruit punch, you got the sour orange. And your EAA, BCA is those same flavors, blue raz, fruit punch, and sour orange, all available at gmusport.com today with your USPHL bundle. And Jeff, that's where we get into the bundle. We talk about this USPHL bundle. What are you guys offering to these teams? Because I believe these teams can order in bulk for their players this season, and parents can find that deal right on their tuition starting next year.
Sure. What we did, like you said, is we have the pre-workout, the protein, the EAAs, and the creatine, pretty much all your essential building blocks for the players, right? They're breaking their bodies down on the daily. They're getting the boards, you know, they're skating hard, they're in the gym, they're on the bikes. You know, if you're a top level athlete these days, you're doing everything, you're hitting everything. You got to have your diet, you got to have your nutrition there. So when we made the blends, on the protein, we focused on, obviously you need the protein, the building blocks for your muscles, but over and above that, a lot of people have stomach issues. We throw the digestive enzymes in there, appropriately blended for the protein, which a lot of companies miss. And then we added collagen peptides to it, which again helps with your recovery, helps with your tendons. Again, people don't think about that. You know, they're grinding. You're breaking the body down. All those little joint issues, knee issues, that's all because your tendons and everything are inflamed and sore. The collagen peptides really help to minimize that. And then we have the fermented BCAAs in there with the leucine. Without that, you can't utilize the protein at all. So when you really start looking at the formulas that companies have out there, they're missing one or two of those three key essential products you need in your protein to really be able to fully utilize it. So we put those in there, and we kept the product with minimal fillers. We're 87% protein by weight. If you look at most brands, they're down around 67 to 70%. The rest of it's just filler. So that was really important for us. The next thing was hydration. Everybody knows these athletes, they're out there skating, they're sweating. Doesn't matter if it's hockey, lacrosse, soccer, football, you know, they're out there, they're sweating. And you really need that hydration to keep your endurance levels up. So like Dan said, it's like Pedialyte on steroids, right? We took the EAAs and the BCAA, we increased the electrolytes, you get super absorption. We've noticed kids out at camp using the products for 5 to 10 days, they come back to us and they say, our endurance levels have gone up and we haven't changed anything but adding this hydration drink. So that was really key when we developed it. Pushing hard in the gym, everybody needs a good pre-workout. One of the differences that we did, though, we weren't just focusing on body, we focus on mind. We have the nootropics in there, really dial your focus in. You take your pre-workout before your training, before you go out and skate on the ice, you hit the field, whatever you're doing, the alpha GPC kicks in, and it increases the choline production in your brain, and you can really focus in. So you got the looky-loos, you know, they're always doing this, they can't follow the drills very well. It helps dial them in training, and then it gives them that extra energy to push a little bit harder. And creatine, you know, everybody knows that's the number one main thing these kids should be doing. It's a muscle building block. Everybody needs it. If you're not taking it, you're doing something wrong.
Now, Craig, we look at yourself here, and we see, as we look at products and we look at weight loss and we look at staying in shape, our parents, our players are not the only ones who can benefit from GMU Sport, right? Our families watching right now can. Lucas and I are currently. I'm down 4.5 pounds in the last couple of weeks here, starting to use my GMU Sport, starting to hit the gym again. Can you talk to me about the importance of having supplements to go along with keeping yourself in shape, with recovery, with getting yourself kind of out of the doldrums of out of shapeness and back into the world of six-pack abs and looking good?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I mean, for me, I've been kind of a gym addict for a long time. I try to stay in pretty good overall shape, and so I hit the gym 6-7 times a week, and people are always asking me, hey, what do you do? What's your workout routine? How much can you lift? That kind of questions. And it what's funny is I usually try to circle them back to, the gym or your exercise routine is just one element, and it's probably not the most important element. It's really your diet and your supplementation, and are you taking care of your body? So the products that Jeff just walked through, I've had a lot of experience taking all of those things and other manufacturers, products in the same categories, right? And when I came on board with GMU Sport, it's really a quality product that's ethically dosed properly, so it really does what your body needs it to do. Jeff walked through a lot of the details with, the pre-workout, and I kind of mentioned to him, one of the things that I found out was, man, I actually find myself running out of time in my workout. Like I'm out of time. Like I have an hour and a half dedicated to go to the gym, and I look at my watch and it's like I've been in the gym for an hour and a half and I gotta go because I'm out of time. It's not because I'm out of energy. It's not because I'm out of focus. It's not because I'm tired. And I'm pushing myself. I'm sweating. I'm pushing myself, but I still have that go in me, and it's due to the pre-workout and the focus that Jeff mentioned that comes with the Alpha GPC that's added to that pre-workout. For me, it really hits home, and it gives great pumps. The other products I love as well. The whey protein, Jeff mentioned that as well. It's really a clean protein, no filler. It's got those digestive enzymes, so it's really easy on the stomach, and that's for me, that's critical. The for me, I'm kind of not necessarily like a bodybuilder, but I just like to have a nice muscular physique, and you're always in the gym breaking your muscles down, and you need to fuel them to rebuild and repair, and you got to do that with supplementation. You got to have whey protein. And so that's a staple of mine. I take whey protein, 3-4 scoops a day, probably more than the average guy. And so it's really helpful to have a protein that is really gentle on the stomach and is really clean and pure and doesn't have a lot of fillers. So it's the supplementation piece of just being active is so important. Whether you're an athlete, whether you're doing training regimens, whether you're in the gym lifting weights, the supplementation part is just as important as the routine that you're putting yourself through.
Yeah, and I think one of the things I wanted to, really dive into is what that pre-workout does feel like. And Craig, you kind of described it a little bit of, sometimes you feel like you're out of time rather than out of energy. And for the folks at home, I mean, obviously, Dan and I are taking these products. We don't advertise anything on the Dan K show and partner ourselves with anybody who we're not using, who we don't vet out. And I think one of the things that I noticed right away with that pre-workout was obviously the energy, but the focus was the most interesting part for me. And I think it's one of the things that sets apart what you guys do from some competitors. Craig, I was wondering if you could kind of take us through your personal experience on what that feels like. Because for me, it definitely felt like energy without being jittery. There was no crash. It was a very slow come down. And then for about 4 or 5 hours, I was probably the most productive I've been up to this point in the off season. Usually it's a resting period, but you're firing stuff out in terms of emails, work, stuff around the house. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for me, it's very similar. One of the things that's great about our product is that mental focus aspect of the pre-workout. It just it just gets you kind of in the zone, if you will, and you can maintain that focus. And it's not overstimulated with caffeine or things like that that can cause the kind of the the rush and then the crash kind of feeling. It's got a pretty moderate dose of caffeine, but you don't have those wild swings. You don't really have the burst of energy followed by the crash. You just get a nice sustained energy and consistent focus. And you're right, it lasts a lot longer than most of my gym sessions. And we've had feedback from other people that are just taking it kind of as like an all around energy uh, type of a drink to do just what you're talking about, where rather than reaching for an afternoon cup of coffee or something like that, they may actually have a scoop of pre-workout, and it just gives them that focus to do whatever it is they're doing, whether it's work stuff, whether it's around the house, whether it's actually getting out and doing some exercise. It really does hit home and give you that nice focus, sustained energy without a crash.
Yeah, I think that's great. I mean, it's perfect for, like you say, for a lot of different things, right? Modern people are busy. We got a lot of stuff going on. It's good to have that long term focus. And Jeff, I know I talked with you a little bit about the protein itself, because one of the things I noticed right away when I started using the GMU Sport protein is that obviously the flavor. I've almost run through my peanut butter. It's so delicious you forget honestly that it's a nutrition. It's a supplement. Um, but one of the things I noticed right away was it's a different texture than every other protein that I've ever had before. I think I brought this up to you that it feels very soft. It blends very easily. Is that something that has to do with you talked earlier about the lack of fillers that are in the product?
Yeah, so since we have a lot of fillers in the product, it will mix a lot smoother and a lot creamier. Like on the peanut butter, it's very creamy. It's gonna shake up and it's actually gonna mix up in your shaker bottle versus sediment down at the bottom. Um, a lot of those fillers or a lot of the product that goes into other proteins that aren't as clean, it's just like drinking cardboard. It's not going to do anything for you. So taking those fillers out, using gold standard whey isolate, very clean, healthy, good for the body. It's really the only way to go. I've had issues with other proteins before we started making ours, and either a casein mix or whatever, and you just don't know what your stomach's going to do. It was always like Russian roulette, right? I'm going to try this brand today because I think I might like the flavor. But what's going to happen after I drink it, And sometimes it wasn't the best experience because they're just, you just don't know. So you really want to try to make sure you have a very clean protein with the proper products in it, the enzymes and everything else. So, but yeah, it's definitely because it's not full of fillers is why it is so clean and smooth and mixes properly. And the flavors, oh my goodness, the flavor profiles are insane. I mean, yeah, the chocolate peanut butter. I've never been a vanilla guy, Dan, and I know you said that you didn't. I've told people, hey, our vanilla is good, but I don't drink it. I'm like, I don't drink our vanilla. All week, the last 7 days, all I've had is vanilla. I've had vanilla with bananas and strawberries. And it's like, this is actually, I'm a vanilla guy now. Like, it's really good.
I'll tell you what, the
So
peanut butter cup does a good job at hiding like beets. When I'm throwing like beets and spinach and something, that peanut butter cup comes in great. But when you're talking about like a nice fruit smoothie or something to get yourself going and get yourself ready for a long day, that vanilla, it just hits different right now. I'm into it.
yeah, I've been enjoying it. And I stole a little trick from Craig. I'll put it in my coffee. Once the coffee's not so hot, it's a nice little mixture in your coffee. You always got to get that protein in, right?
Yeah. I mentioned that I take 3-4 scoops a day. I'm a guy that tries to generally get about 300 grams of protein in my diet a day, and not necessarily easy to do just straight up eating, steak and chicken and tuna and all that stuff. So I have to get there with several scoops of protein throughout the day. And instead of using, coffee creamer or coffee mate or whatever you can think of for your morning coffee, that's what I do. I use the vanilla. And just you don't want to do it when the coffee's too hot, but yeah, put the vanilla whey protein right there in your coffee, and you got a nice creamer.
I got to ask you guys, this is off topic for 1 second. Pink Himalayan sea salt, is it really something that I should be using? Like, what does that do? Because I saw a couple golfers putting in their coffee with their protein and then a little bit of like cashew milk and dropping pink Himalayan sea salt. Is it really doing something for me?
Yeah. There's there's certainly a lot of minerals in pink Himalayan sea salt that you wouldn't get in your straight up table salt. So you get. I mean, obviously, if you're sweating a lot and you're not supplementing with a quality product like the GMU Sport BCA EAA hydration product, you're going to be losing sodium. You need salt. Everybody needs salt. And so, yeah, I mean, that's whenever I add salt to anything, I add pink Himalayan sea salt because of that, because you're getting your sodium in, which you need, plus you're getting extra minerals naturally.
And for you parents out there, what we have to hear when we hear this is if we get our GMU Sport BCAAs and EAAs, we don't have to have 7 things of pink Himalayan sea salt on hand and be overpaying for our salt, because we can get our sodium right here. And that's what this is all about. The USPHL bundle is available at gmusport.com today. Again, you can find that link anywhere. If you can't find it for whatever reason, if your internet's not working, you can reach out to the Dan K Show, dankshow.com/contact us. We'll point you in the right direction. I will walk you through as your own personal IT man and get you to GMU Sports USPHL bundle. Parents right now, try it out today. I will guarantee you, you will see gains. You will feel the difference. You talk about those digestive enzymes. You talk about, you feel like you eat better. You feel like the food just breaks down better. You feel like you're able to wake up out of bed, get yourself rolling, and you feel like the body's churning. You feel like there's actually gas in the tank, right? And we look at it, a product like GMU Sport, quality people behind a quality brand, creating a quality product that is for your player. We care about what we put in our athletes. We care about getting to the NCAA realm, the ACHA realm. We care about making it through the game of junior hockey. Well, guess what? We got to put in the same work in the gym, the same work off the ice, the same work in the kitchen that we put in on the ice. That's how we get there. That's how we skate like Connor McDavid's been skating for Edmonton the last couple of months. That's how we get to that level. It is a full-fledged attack on our health, and we are excited to bring it to you from GMU Sport. We've seen the success. We've created an opportunity for you to get products at way below market value. So why wouldn't you do it? You'd be crazy not to. Gentlemen, we always have our parting words on every show. Lucas is always horrible with it. He gives me nothing. It's like Jay and Silent Bob. We're 2 Jersey guys, so that's what happens. So Lucas, we skip you. You got nothing else? You good? Yeah, he's all right. All right. Craig, I'm going to go to you first. Your parting words for today's episode of the Dan K Show, brought to you by GMU Sport.
Well, first off, thanks a ton for having us. Hopefully your viewers and the athletes find this pretty informative. It is a fantastic opportunity. Like Jeff mentioned, you're getting creatine, you're getting whey protein, you're getting BCA, EAA, and you're getting the pre-workout for that bundle for a fantastic price. And those are really staples, I think, for anybody who's a serious athlete and who wants to perform at their best. Those are staples. So it's a go-to bundle, if you ask me. So anyways, appreciate the time. Appreciate you letting us talk to you.
Jeff, how about yourself? We look at it, you talk about this bundle, you talk about yourself and your own experiences paying for these products for a young athlete. Talk to us here. What are your parting words?
Sure. So first, thanks for the time, guys. Want to thank the league and Bob for really allowing us to work with the teams and work with the players. My experience, like I said, my son started playing at the young age, and we worked him all the way through, and trying to find products has always been difficult. It's very costly. So we really wanted to bring that down for the families because we know that pain. And honestly, I just, we love the sport. We love the AAA sports and athletes. Being at the nationals with you guys was just great, supporting the kids. That's what I'm looking forward to be very honest, is continue on and doing that next year, make it bigger and better. I guess my final words are, we're really looking forward to working with all the kids and the teams and helping them be successful.
Absolutely love it. And for you folks at home, my parting words, I usually have quotes. I usually have a word that goes along with it right now. And it's self-care right now, right? We want to take care of ourselves at home. For you parents, that's what Lucas and I are doing this offseason. We always talk about outwork everyone. We're doing that in the gym this offseason. We're getting ourselves back in shape. Dan K used to be an athlete at some point. Don't tell my knees that today. We got to get them back in shape. We got to get things rolling. We look at it right now with what has been offered to us. How do I get there, Dan? Well, you can click those links and you can order it yourself. But what you should also be doing is reaching out to your head coach today in the USPHL, your team, Elite, Premier, NCDC, our youth divisions, 18U, 16U. Reach out and ask your coach about how to get access to this incredible GMU Sport deal. What we are working with teams on, delivering this product to your rink, so that when your player leaves home and travels across the country, maybe goes just down the street in their own backyard to a nearby organization in the USPHL, whatever your journey is, GMU Sport will be waiting at the rink for you. You're going to be working better than ever. You're going to get gas in the machine. We're going to be battling. We're going to be beating teams, and we're going to be the rootinest, tootinest bunch of hockey players of all time with GMU Sport. We love the product. Go to gmusport.com today to learn more. You got questions for us, you reach out. Lucas and I, we are the number one advocates for this thing. Jeff and Craig, we thank you guys for joining us. You're watching the Dan K Show. You can follow along at @the_Dan K Show, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Latest numbers, Lucas, in the last 6 months on social media, we have outdone all of our competitors over the last 10 years. That's the most watched show in junior hockey. That is numbers through the roof. And what we're doing, we're heading to the moon right now, Lucas. Let's go. GMUsport.com. Go check it out.
Thanks, guys.